Hey all, and welcome to Hoof Hearted, where the stink you're smelling is probably the bullshit we're calling out. Tonight, I am joined by Greg Dog.
Yeah, it kind of stinks in here.
Duster.
I live in a society where being an asshole is a currency.
Scott.
So, hey, so Duster, you live in Griffonia then? Or Griffin, whatever the fuck the town, Griffin town's called?
It's called Girffonstone, dick. That'll be 2 bits.
I'm sorry, I'm broke.
No refund.
DG.
Oh, hello. That is me. Hi.
And I am the Trebord. Tonight, we're talking pony, and we might be talking other things. Off the top of my head, I have no idea what those are, but we'll find out later.
Yeah, we'll think something up. We always do.
So, in tonight's episode, we finally see the Griffin Kingdom. And we see that Gilda remained a stone cold bitch since the last time we saw her.
And
it turns out that everybody is a complete asshat where she comes from, so it's a cultural thing.
Wait.
You
that
said
makes
kingdom.
it okay.
I think
You said
that is
kingdom.
inaccurate.
Is this a kingdom in the same way the Crystal Empire is an empire?
I cannot think of a single reason it wouldn't be.
Well, then.
And also,
What? You expect these to make sense?
well,
Clearly you forgot what show you're watching.
no, actually, I want to pull from the EQD comments later, but someone actually did their homework for this episode, so we'll get to that when we get to opinion pieces.
Alright,
meantime,
so
we can
they
find
come
that
over to the Griffin's place, and it turns
It
out
looks like
that
shit. It looks shit.
It looks like Detroit.
it is the worst, and some people think it's the worst because they lost a golden dildo or something.
Close
A
enough.
golden MacGuffin.
Yeah, they lost a golden itchy dildo, and everyone was sad, and then everybody got mad, and everybody became the Ferengi, and were big douchebags there.
You know, Treebird, that explanation actually makes a lot more sense, because then they're just all sexually frustrated. That would explain why they're all douches. They're just sexually frustrated because they lost their magic dildo.
Well, anyway, Pinky decides that finding the magic dildo isn't the solution to the problem, and that they need to they need to spread the magic of friendship as if it were a religion.
Well, I mean, it is a religion.
Hello, my name is Elder Pinky, and I would like to share with you the magic of friendship.
I mean, they are the Mighty Morphin friendship ponies, Treebeard.
I thought you were going to say Mighty Mormon friendship pony.
I like this much more.
Mighty Mormon friendship.
Mighty
Actually,
Mormon
know that.
friendship
Mighty
rangers.
Mormon.
And I'm really sad that TG is not talking right now because goddamn am I proud of that.
I'm just giggling to myself about it.
My parody was good.
It was.
So
Hell
anyway,
yeah.
while looking for the magic golden dildo, Pinkie Pie decides that scones are the solution to everyone's problems, because Pinkie is batshit insane. Why would you expect anything else?
This is ridiculous. Scones are awful. There's never been a
Excuse
good
me?
scone in all of history.
Whoa. Don't insult
Scones taste
scones,
like
man.
shit.
No, they don't.
We're going to have to fight.
Yeah, no, TG.
And also,
Fuck you.
I like how everyone's like, Pinky came up with baked goods as a solution for something. This is so new and original.
I've tasted scones, and it is like shoving sand into your mouth.
What kind of scones did you have?
I don't fucking know, but it was drier than anything I've ever tasted in my life.
Well, you did not have a proper scone
But
then, sir.
was it drier than Gloria Allred's vagina?
Probably.
Why would TG know?
That is a good point.
I was going to say Nancy Grace, but I don't know. Continue. I'm making a little political commentary over here that will make everyone uncomfortable.
You're also missing the fact that
I liked
Pinky
it.
has a thing for the statue of their past king. That
That was
that creeps
awkward
the fuck
too.
out.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, like, not even 20 minutes after this episode aired, like, there is shipping fan art for it.
So
I mean,
after
I
she
can't-
gets a bone for Stone,
That's
Lovely.
great. You're for stone.
she and Gilda go off to rescue Rainbow Dash after Rainbow Dash is hurt horribly trying to find the golden dildo. They find the golden dildo, but decide to leave it behind because friendship.
Oh.
and then they come back up, and then Jesus Pinky gives Gilda the Great Commission to go to go forth and make friendship of all the world.
So Gilda was visited by the apostles.
Well, the Apostle Pinky. People debate whether that the Apostle Pinky has divine authority to be friendship pope or whether it's metaphorical.
Well, I mean,
Anyways.
wouldn't she be a friendship pope considering Twilight's a friend?
Well, at this point, she is a friendship archbishop, with Twilight being the friendship archbishop of Rome, which makes her the pope. Anywho, that is end of episode, and now we will talk about opinions. And because TG will have the hardest time talking, I'm going to start with him.
What?
Go first,
okay.
TG.
Opinion on episode that I probably got completely wrong.
And if you missed the last podcast, he had slam jamming roommates in the background. Do not mind them.
Yep. It's something.
I hear them laughing. Anyways.
But, the episode was really boring to me. My only thought through most of it was, goddamn, Gilda's a bitch. And, yeah, no, I really had no thoughts on this episode. It was entirely mediocre, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna give it, like, a 5? Like, there was nothing especially bad about it, but there was nothing good either.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, Scott, what do you think?
Well, I like that the Power Ranger signal is pretty much the map making their cue marks glow.
Okay.
Let's see. Because that's funny. Other thing I liked. Well, I like the fact that this is a world-building episode. Too bad I'm disappointed about the actual place we're visiting this time.
Alright.
I thought Rainbow Dash was being a racist throughout the entire episode, but apparently she wasn't. She was being completely right, because Griffins are assholes.
Hashtag
Yep.
not all Griffins.
Goodness.
Your
Hashtag
source for
significant amount
uncomfortable
of
political commentary is yours truly.
Saz.
Saz.
So, got a number score, Scott?
Hold on. I'm still getting to the parts that I had questions about.
Okay.
Why? Where's their current king? What? Did they just pack up and vanish? There's no mention of this.
I think it's implied he's dead because it happened so long ago.
It's kind of like a Gondor thing, like for kings just don't exist any longer, and it's just nobody rules except, I don't know.
So
Yeah,
they're
but
living in
even then,
total
Gondor
anarchy.
had a steward.
Yeah, Gondor even
Yeah,
still.
well, they at least
you know.
have someone in charge.
Gondor's shitty city wasn't reduced to a shitty. That's a bad pun. That's a really bad pun.
I mean, Gondor wasn't shitty. It actually looked like somebody was keeping it
Fucking
together.
Minas Tirith looked fucking rad. Anyways.
Actually, in my react that I didn't finish because, the OBS is shit, I made more references to the fucking hastily put together Cleveland tourism video than the actual, Pony Detroit. Go look it up.
Alrighty, so anything else, Scott?
Let's see. Off the top of my head, there's the whole, well, this is probably going to get into stuff you're going to talk about, but the whole, why can't Rainbow Dash fly into the cavern considering she's flown through harsher winds than that? There's,
Convenience, next question.
yeah.
Yep.
Griffins can apparently climb down with claws. Also convenience. Except none of them decided to go get the magic golden dildo.
I love that that's our name for it now.
I'm okay with this.
Which even contradicts the fact that they're all greedy assholes. If they're all greedy assholes, why didn't one of them try to get the magic golden dildo? Because it is a magic golden dildo.
I mean, that's as good an explanation.
I'll ask more questions about the magic golden dildo when we get to me.
Alrighty then.
Alright, yeah. Let's see, actual number score. 6.
Alright. Okay, so, Gerg, thoughts?
This episode is just, on one hand, it's boring, on the other hand, like, some of it just doesn't make any sense, as Scott was already asking a couple questions, but yeah, so this whole idol keeps the society together, apparently, to the point that if it goes missing, but it literally falls apart, and nobody tries to, like, do anything about it, they're just like, oh, we lost it. As Scott points out, they have fucking claws and can climb down there, and it's maybe, 100 feet down, 200 feet down the fucking abyss, and nobody decided to look for it in what was probably centuries? Okay. Why was this idol so important? It's made out to be like, oh, it's so amazing, but really? It was enough to hold a society together? Like, holy shit.
But not enough for anybody to go down and
yeah, nobody cared enough to go look for it, and it's just stupid. I don't get what the whole logic was here behind this whole society. Like, okay, so you lost the fucking thing, so you can't go out and get more gold? Because clearly they existed as a society before. Granted, it wasn't as good, apparently, but still, you'd think they'd put in the effort to try. But no, apparently not. Like, I just need to think for a second. And then there's a whole, like, oh, there was a whole scene where, like, Gilda mentions that the Griffin saying that the scone was good was the nicest thing any Griffin had ever said to her, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, how fucking big of assholes are the whole Griffin society? Like, my god. Like, really? Someone saying your scones were nice was, like, the fucking nicest thing someone said to you? Like,
I mean, Greg, those scones before Pinky got involved were literally just rocks.
Yeah, they were fucking rocks, but I mean, even then, like, for a world-building episode, I feel like we didn't learn a whole lot other than the fact that, wow, Griffins sure are a bunch of fucking dicks. Which we already kind of, like, assumed before, but I guess before this we thought, oh, it's just Gilda. She's a dick. But this episode did nothing to, like, make me like the Griffins. Like,
we only reinforced our negative stereotypes.
Yeah, we really did. Like, Rainbow Dash was never really proven wrong on trying to be racist towards them. She was correct, oddly enough. Like, and the end lesson was, oh, they'll learn to embrace friendship. And I'm like,
what's motivating them?
Yeah, fucking scones is gonna motivate them to fix their friendship? Like, they seem to
be doing... I was about to say fine, but by Griffin standards, they were doing fine.
Yeah.
Fine enough that he didn't care to change anything. Care.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, they've gone... Apparently, it sounds like by the whole way Twilight was describing this whole, like, Griffin Society thing in the beginning, it's been hundreds of fucking years, and none of them have tried to even get together and say, yeah, our shitty's kind of a shithole. Maybe we should pick it up and actually make it look good. But no, none of them even care that much. Why the fuck are scones gonna suddenly change that? Like, that's not enough. I'm sure we're good, but it's not enough. Like, Scott, do you have something to say here, or like I'm just
laughing that you said shitty instead of city.
Yeah, but
I mean, it is shitty.
It is a shitty city.
Wait, I thought that was on purpose. That's why I didn't stop you.
No, that was anyways.
Yeah, that was totally on purpose. Fucking own it, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
How about the Griffin that just abandoned Rainbow Dash in the thing because she was too
poor
to afford her
that
help?
Was like the ultimate what the fuck. Like, even if you're greedy and you're an asshole.
The that Griffin was the pony equivalent of the merchant from fucking Resident Evil 4. What are you buying?
Yeah.
What did you sell?
Give me your bits. Here, give me your rope. You have any bits? Oh, well, go fuck off. Have a nice time dying down there.
Don't be a
care.
strict.
Bye.
How would she even give you the bits if you don't pull her up?
Yeah, that's another question. And why didn't... I mean, look, I know Rainbow Dash is supposed to be a good guy, but she could have lied. She could have lied and said, yeah, I have bits, or I'm...
How would you know unless you pick me up?
Yeah, and then fucking Pinky, like, I'm sure she had bits on her. She could, make up fucking
Well, no,
credit.
remember she spent all her bits on the food cart in the train.
She had some in her hair. She spent it on a fucking scone made of rocks.
Hell, Griff bitch doesn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. So, but back to the whole Griffin thing, like, you're just gonna let someone die because they don't have money. It sounds like a really shitty form of political commentary, but... like, what the fuck? Even. No one is that much of an asshole. If they're that big of assholes, then no, scones aren't changing shit. But anyways, enough of, God, the fucking asshole Griffin society. Like, yeah, there's the whole fucking statue thing, which was really weird. What prompted that? Like...
It was supposed to be like, oh, Pinkie Pie's so zany and random, but really
It
just
did
came
not
across as creepy.
It did not feel zany at all. No. Like, it was just bizarre.
Actually,
Also,
I think I know what that was. I think that was the writers testing the fans to see how far depraved they would go. And little did they know, they should not issue a challenge to any fan of fucking anything because they will take you up on it.
yeah, you're gonna lose
Especially
that.
not us.
Yeah.
You give
Speaking
us
as a
we'll
writer-
go to fucking China.
Speaking as a writer, they were probably hoping that they'd do the worst possible thing.
Yeah.
We're horrible people.
Which, by the way, this is a, blah, 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 that's not Megan McCarthy, is it Megan McCarthy?
Keating Rogers,
Amy Keating Rogers, thank you.
who has left the show.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, this was the last
But she
episode.
wrote Pinky Pride, though, too, so... I don't know. I don't know
We
what
all
to think
have
of Amy
good
Keating
days.
Rogers and bad days. I think the most disappointing thing about this episode for me is the fact that I really wanted to see some more world building of Equestria done. And yet all I learned from this episode was that, yes, all Griffins are indeed assholes. And what the fuck? Like, okay. There wasn't enough background here, like... I wanted to learn more, but I didn't want to learn that they're just, like, total dicks, and they don't care about the state of their society, and they don't even care about pony lives, but... I don't know.
Well, I mean, their Gilda's solution was just to abandon ship and move away because the city was so bad. And so, yeah. So I assume they all have similar things, like, our town's bad, let's just abandon ship and move somewhere else.
Yeah, that... I don't fucking get it. Why were they still there? What was there for them? No, really, that's a question. What was there for them? That they would stay.
Maybe their vast treasure.
A magic golden dildo at the bottom of the... Oh.
Yeah, what?
Maybe they're...
Why would you stay there?
Maybe one of them has maybe they have a vast treasure hoard that they're too lazy to leave behind.
Then they should use it to restore their town.
Okay, so... Does anyone else remember at the end of, the Ultimate Warrior, review where they're stuck in a gray universe so they don't even care anymore?
Yeah, the Gray Lanterns.
Yeah, the Gray Lanterns. I think that's what happened.
Perhaps. I mean, good lord.
But at least in thousands of years, someone has to have suggested watching TNA Impact and pissing them off.
That's something nobody's gonna get.
Except for us.
Yeah. What did I
Or,
like
you know,
about this
people who watch
episode?
Spoonie and Linkara.
We only have, 14 subs at this moment. I doubt there are any of them, but you never know.
Subscribe more.
Yes.
I measure my
subscribe
self-worth
more.
in subscriptions, assholes.
This is the YouTuber way, don't question it.
Hashtag YouTube life.
Our EP needs to get
YouTube
bigger.
life. YouTube monies that we don't have. Yeah, I mean, if anything was likable about this episode, it was the fact that, the storybook segments were cool. I kind of liked that style for, a flashback, and it looked pretty decent. The goat monster thing was cool, but again, in a world-building episode, we didn't learn nearly enough about him. I can't even remember
I
his
will
name.
talk about the goat
I thought
monster.
it was-
There actually is basis for it.
I thought it was
Yeah,
just
it was
a
cool.
Balrog, and then
Yeah,
it
you
fell into the
mentioned that.
abyss. I'm like,
Well, no, I will talk about that when you guys finish.
Yeah. But, I mean, that was cool, but yeah, other than that, this was such a bland episode. I mean, the moral was that baked goods heal friendships? I mean, what did we really learn here that we didn't know before?
we
The
learned
answer
that
is nothing.
we learned that Gilda is now a friendship Mormon.
Friendship.
Actually, I'm gonna go on the MLP wiki just to see what they highlighted as the friendship letter for this episode, because I'm legitimately curious.
I mean, friendship is magic, I guess. Oh wait, we already knew that. It's the title of the damn show. But,
I will
Yeah.
say this: it gives us it's pretty much a preview now of what's to come as far as future world building episodes. So now, not all 6 of them are going to be going.
I hope they're not as underwhelming as this.
Which means we're going to have character dynamics between 2 characters again.
Alright. Yeah. Anyways, I've talked long enough. I've talked way too much about an episode that doesn't have very much to talk about and probably rambled quite a bit. So, yeah, 5 out of 10. This was really boring. Blarg.
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty, Dooster.
Alright, first off, I want to say that MLP wiki lists the friendship lesson as, and I quote, "If you could learn to care about each other again, Griffonstone could be a mightier kingdom than it ever was before, and you don't need some golden idol to do that, you just need each other." So, basically what we've learned over 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Now, what I was mentioning earlier, which is that this episode actually does have historical precedence. I am quoting this from Masterboy84 on the Equestria Daily's comment section. According to the most ancient and medieval sources, the Griffins were supposed to be greedy gold diggers and enemies of Aramaspi, a legendary tribe of one-eyed people. In most of these tales, they are described as fierce creatures who lived in mountains nearby where the cave where Boreas, the North Wind, sprang from. These lands beyond the North Wind, Hyperborea, were usually associated with the steppes with Central Asia. So now we have griffins wearing these Mongolian or Kazakh hats, a monster with a single eye, a windy abyss, the idol of Boreas, an obsession with gold, and general bad attitude towards horses. So there is a lot of research that went into this. Props for that. That actually made it a little bit better knowing this. That being said, here's where they went wrong. World building. I really like the concept of it. I really want to see more of what Equestria has to offer. We actually have the official maps of Equestria, where they're not really explained, but we know that they exist. So we need to know what lies beyond the borders of Ponyville and Canterlot. And what we're shown is fucking depressing. I'm totally okay with basing fictional cultures off of real cultures. And in this case, the Griffins were very clearly based on Mongolia and Mongolians. But, how would this, as someone who studied social sciences and how societies work, especially closed societies, how would this function? There is absolutely no way for this society to function. Normally there's some sort of exchange, and if they're just greedy assholes that look out for each other, then really each of these people are their own individual nation. And if, for whatever reason, there was a foreign invader, they wouldn't fucking care enough to deal with it. And that's not even getting into the idol, which that doesn't even make sense either. Because let's say the king got this idol and it's the greatest thing since sliced bread and bad dragon dildos. And these griffins are supposed to be greedy, dragon-like gold hoarders. Instead of going, wow, this guy has the coolest shit ever, we should totally unite and just not be greedy dickbags to each other.
Wouldn't they all be trying to kill him?
Yes, exactly.
That's what I would think, yeah.
Or try to steal it from him.
That guy has cooler shit than me, I need it from my collection. Because if I were a dragon-like gold hoarder, that's what I'd do. And yeah, I think it's implied that the king is dead, like he, I don't know, like died of a broken heart from losing his golden dildo or whatever. But,
My goodness. I don't think that
Hey,
was
you know what?
I don't think that's what was broken here, but, okay.
sometimes you get attached to your first dildo. Not that I speak from experience. Anyway.
Sure, Duster, sure.
I have no shame!
Meanwhile, in the comment section.
Yeah, meanwhile in the comment section, pictures of your dildos? No!
No, now you're gonna get the question, Duster, what was your first dildo?
Here, I'm gonna answer that right now. None. Moving on.
Goodness.
And we actually got also, aside from world building, we got a chance to see more non-pony races. We already got to see Zecora, the zebra. We got to see a bit of the crystal ponies, but now we get a chance to see the griffins, and that's kind of disappointing. I get that there's going to be, like, races in Equestria that are going to be hostile, assholes, generally unlikable. But this is beyond just unlikable. They're completely impossible to like. And all this episode really taught us is if you have negatively viewed stereotypes, they probably will be upheld.
They were confirmed. Like, yeah. Holy shit.
So overall, like, I know the 3 Gilda fans out there probably like this episode just because she shows up. Actually, thank you, comment on EQD that reminded me. Antagonists and villains in Equestria are the most fuckingly easily led people in the history of television. I mean, it took the same amount of time to make Gilda not an asshole as it did to reform Discord. One of these things is definitely more significantly impossible than the other. I mean, at least with Sunset Shimmer it took an hour and a half. So I feel like there's a lot of pacing issues, there's a lot of general interest holding issues. I also feel like I'm just repeating a lot of what Greg said, and I'm just repeating a lot of what I've said over the season, but at least there is one more thing going for this episode. There was no overwrought emotional overreaction. Good job! We finally have an episode where nobody overreacts.
Yay.
But most of what I would say was already covered, and I too will give this a 5, where it's not good, it's not bad, it's in that weird category where last time we did the good episodes, bad episodes, forgettable episodes, and oh god, just light it on fire and just
this is
break
like
that never happens.
Forgettable.
Yep, this is a forgettable. Now I need my tea. That went down the wrong way.
Alrighty then. At first, because I'm kind of a sucker for redemption stories, I kind of liked this episode, and then I got to thinking about it. Like, I liked that. The thing that I liked about it was having Gilda not be a two-dimensionally asshat. Yeah, she's not a two-dimensional asshat anymore, which I like. I mean, I hate characters that are just two-dimensionally one way or another, because that's not how people function, any people. But I was never really all that excited to learn more about griffins. I didn't give a shit. And I feel like I'm kind of alone on that, because like...
Actually, wait. That actually brings up a good point. Other than the Crystal Empire games, the Equestria games, when was the last time we saw griffins?
I think they were at that on Tradia, but I'm not sure.
You might be right.
Was it the MMM, the mystery, the mystery solving episode?
That was before the Equestria games. Like, the Equestria games is literally the last time we saw griffins, and that was back in, like, season 3.
This reminded me of something. You know what I noticed this episode and in other episodes?
What?
Every single Griffin in Griffin Society has a name that starts with the letter G. Every single one.
But also, one more thing I did like about the griffins, I just remembered this, is that all the griffins are distinctly different birds. Like, there was one that was an owl, there was one that was a vulture, and I just thought that was cute.
I liked the crazy Grandpa Griffin. He's the
vulture
best
one,
character.
yeah.
Grandpa Gruff.
Grandpa Gruff, yes. He was the best character in the
I'm
episode.
gruff and I'm not so gruff.
Because he has the crazy senile old man with the stereotypical blind eye thing going on. I like that.
Ah, motherfucker. Anyway.
Treebeard.
Yeah, the one thing I liked that dildo, Gilda.
You just called her a dildo?
I
Dilda.
accidentally said dilda.
Why the
And,
fuck would I eat a water boost hoot hoot?
I like that at the end of the episode she wasn't just a two-dimensional dick anymore. The journey to get there wasn't all that sensible, though.
When she was whatever baby, what do you call a baby griffin? It was adorable.
Oh my god, baby Gilda was so cute.
Yeah, that was pretty adorable.
Really?
I actually, in my react, when she got lost, it's just me going, oh, it was cute.
And she was actually nice back then.
So apparently they're not born dicks, just raised dicks.
Nurture, not nature.
Naturally raised dicks for organic.
They are organic.
Free range organic dicks. USDA are certified.
Things I didn't like. Griffin Society makes no sense. Like has been mentioned earlier, I kept trying to compare it to other fictional societies, but even then, all of the ones that I thought of had something holding it together. Like, I'm like, okay, so are Griffins supposed to be like Klingons, where they're kind of dicks to each other and they rub? No, wait, Klingons had like an entirely meritocratic society, and if you proved yourself worthy, they were okay with you. Okay, maybe like the Ferengi from Star Trek or the goblins from Warcraft, but no, but even then, they would like buy things. They would exchange currency and they'd at least pretend to be nice to you until they got your money.
What about like a society of just nothing but thieves?
Even a society of thieves would have like this sort of understanding.
Well, and they're not thieves either. They ask for their money, they don't take it.
Well, and even if there were a society of thieves, it would work on some sort of weird honor system, which is if you don't like rat out people, then you're worth keeping around.
I'm still held up on the whole, like, why are they still there thing. Like,
or a service to offer. Like something, yeah, like a service to offer.
Yeah.
A function to society.
No, we don't get any of that.
I mean, if they're obsessed with gold, wouldn't they go where there's gonna be gold? I don't get it.
If you're comparing them to the Mongolians, then why aren't they nomadic?
That's just the aesthetic, not actually what they're based on.
There you go, vote.
Stupid Mongolians.
It actually is a shitty wall.
It is a shitty walk. Shitty wall. Anyways.
Yeah, Griffin Society doesn't make any sense, and I feel like they were really pushing the magic of friendship thing way too
far.
Yeah, it sounded like...
Even Gilda's reaction to Piggy's like, oh, does it need more friendships? I'm like, oh my god.
That was actually another thing I enjoyed. I at least enjoyed her sarcasm because I felt like it was merited in this situation.
It was, and it was merited because they eventually made this... She eventually said it unironically. It's just like, oh, it's all about friendship and shit. I mean... I can understand why it makes sense in this context, but to get there, you had to have an entire society of people who are dicks to each other all the time with no real justification for it or no balancing factor.
Yeah.
Okay, what, where was it? Yeah, magic of friendship, the pushing the magic of friendship thing, and that's about all I can really think of. It's just, yeah. Not a whole lot to really like. I mean, the storybook sequence was pretty good, but beyond that it's really meh. This is a 6 out of 10. Not all that good, and as soon as you think it was okay when I watched it at first, but that's because I'm a sucker for redemption stories, and once I thought about it, the circumstances surrounding it made no sense.
Alright, so TG, what were all our scores in total?
It was 2 6s and 3 5s. So that's a 5.4. Woo.
Yay.
Very average.
Yeah.
Delightfully
No, that's
mediocre.
failure. Average would be around 7.
No, it's average.
I mean, if we're going...
We're not going by school range. We're saying...
If we're going by school range, it would be a 7. I don't know how the hell our range is,
I've done it by grade system.
I've done it kind of differently.
I mean, the problem with doing it by grade system is that half of the numbers are fails.
Yeah. And it's... The whole point of a grade system is that it's supposed to prove that you have a high knowledge of things. So, like, getting a 90 on a test would say, okay, you missed, like, a couple questions. I don't know. It's just kind of a different way of looking at it.
Anyway, we can talk about this behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Nope, keep it all recorded.
Let's see, non-pony things, or pony things.
If we really want to talk about something, we're officially at 99 episodes in this series.
Oh yeah,
so
there's a whole bunch of 99 episode celebration things, and
next episode.
Wait till next week, fuckholes.
Well, we don't have a topic right now, though, so I'm saying it might be best to do it now.
It's dumb.
But also, I have one question to ask the group that I think Roundtable would be kind of interesting.
Okay.
So we are getting up to episode 100, and we're having the background character slice of life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think the show would have made it to episode 100 without this type of fandom?
You're going to need clarification. You mean do you mean its target audience or the actual brony fandom?
The brony fandom. Without the brony fandom, would the show have made it to episode 100?
Nope.
Right.
Discuss.
Since you guys are thinking, I'll go ahead and answer. My answer is no. And even though there's a good amount of talent behind this show, and the writers are in general pretty talented. And, Daniel Ingram's really good, and, the entire staff is just pretty strong. For a kid's TV show to last more than 2 or 3 seasons is typically very rare, and it has to be a very top-rated, beloved show to make it that far.
5 seasons is fucking unprecedented.
Right, and it's not even it's gonna go by 5, it's gonna be probably
They've
6
confirmed,
or 7.
They've confirmed 6. 6 is confirmed.
So... Again, the show is good on its own merits, but the fandom has driven it to a place where it's far above a show. It's a phenomenon. And, the brony culture has become just humongous, really. Like, way bigger than anyone could have imagined. And whether that's merited or not, some people can discuss back and forth. But yeah, the fandom has just pushed the show to another level.
I'm also going to partially answer my own question, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
So episode 100 is focusing on the background characters, which are largely characters that the fandom has created. And when I heard this was happening, I was actually kind of pissed off. And
explain.
The reason I was pissed off is because I've long held that the show gives the fans too much power. And that the more that they cater to the fans, the more entitled the fans get. Hence, we get more comments going like, oh, the writers did this, this, and this wrong because it doesn't match up with my vision. And that happened with Derpy, that happened with Daring Do, that happened with fucking Discord. Right. If it doesn't match up with the fandom's, idea or vision, then it's just an automatic fail. And the writers are trying to live up to the fandom's expectations, and they keep doing that and keep catering to the fandom and keep giving them references and giving them bits and pieces. They're spoiled.
It's true.
They're spoiled. And why I'm dreading episode 100 personally is because if they do show Vinyl and Octavia and the voices aren't exactly right and the relationship isn't shown exactly as the fandom has put it together, then everyone is just going to hate it right off the bat.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping they do everything.
Well, let's face it, and this is not slamming on the voice actors at all. I love these 2 ladies. If Vinyl is not voiced by Noah Acking and Octavia is not voiced by Ely Monty and they're not roommates, everyone's going to hate it. I'm saying it right now. The fandom has their own very specific image of how this show is supposed to go, and the writers keep on catering to the fans. It's making the fans fucking spoiled, and they're not getting over themselves.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping. I know it's not gonna happen, But I really hope that in the episode, just nothing is how the fans imagine it to be. Just absolutely nothing.
Actually, the way they've been kind of doing background characters is that they've been doing more pantomimes for them lately. They haven't actually had lines. They've just been pantomiming things, which honestly...
Well, they're background characters. They really shouldn't have lines to begin with.
Yeah.
The only reason Derpy ever got lines was because the fandom...
The fandom put her on a pedestal, and they wanted to cater to the fandom. And I actually think that the last roundup is like the linchpin of where this all started to go wrong.
I mean, I can definitely understand why they chose the background ponies to make the subject of episode 100, because they were trying to be nice and say, oh, it's only thanks to you that we've gotten this far to episode 100, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, it also I kind of figured maybe they do it just because just to see how everyone in the town kind of, how their daily lives go, other than the Elements Army, I guess, but
nobody would care about these characters if not for the fandom, though.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So
and the fans feel entitled to, like, own them or dictate how they exist.
Own the persona, they own their lifestyle, they own for perception. It's pretty crazy, actually.
So I've long said back in like season fucking 3 that this fandom is the most spoiled and they don't know it.
Yeah. Anyone else want to add anything to this, or?
Yeah, I kind of hijacked my own topic. Go for it. Let me get. Let me drink some tea.
Sounds like you had a soapbox.
I made my own soapbox, sir.
Yeah, you had one.
I mean, I kind of already said my piece. The no, that would not have made it this far without the fandom, and also, I really hope they just kind of say fuck the fandom with the 100th episode. I know they're not going to. I know they won't. They won't. There's zero chance they will, but I wish they would, because goddamn.
Well, I mean, to be fair, any show without a fandom will just get canceled right away.
A kid show. A kid show. Let's be clear on that.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, the average kids show runs like what, 2-3 seasons?
Yeah, 2 seasons. Yeah.
Especially when it's intended initially for kids under the age of 10. Usually, does not last that long.
Yeah, I honestly don't think that the show would have gotten this far without the fandom being an enormous driving force behind it. Because even then, without it, it would kind of just been passed off.
As a kid's show.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. It would still be a good kid's show.
Rebooted 80s nostalgia that actually turned out to be good and a kid's show.
Yeah, and then it would just be over. I honestly would have imagined that it would have switched places with Transformers Prime. That would have kept on going, and this one would have just ended after maybe 3 seasons.
I think they initially said the plan was to end on Twilight becoming an alicorn.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the end of her character arc, and she's the main character of the series.
Imagine if it ended on Magical Mystery Cure. But, yeah. And, it's kind of interesting to see the whole phenomenon that's come out of this, like this whole kids show fandoms kind of thing for adults. You see it in Gravity Falls now.
Steven Universe.
Technically Avatar did first, but no one really cared too much about it.
It was not at this scale, though. Like, I feel like everything started to come together once My Little Pony, the whole brony thing popped up. Then you saw it more commonly with, like we've mentioned, Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Adventure Time.
Well, and what I gotta thank My Little Pony for is, let's face it, when you've said, like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of My Little Pony, like this, I'm asking you guys because you're dudes specifically, were people creeped out?
I mean, I initially was scared to tell my parents because I was kind of worried, like, oh, we're gonna think I'm gay, we're gonna think I'm creepy, and obviously everything turned out fine. Anyone who has that fear, usually it's, unwarranted. It's just them worrying, but, yeah, I mean, there's kind of that initial feeling like, okay, I don't really want to tell anyone about this because they're gonna think I'm a fucking creep. We get called names, blah, 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 all that.
But the adult cartoon fandom, especially bronies, because they were, like, I'm not the first, but definitely the first to make it on the map. Like, they kind of opened this whole new door of, like, dudes can like younger kid things without being pedophiles.
Well, yes. I joined the fandom, like, super early, and I didn't, like, have any issues telling people at first. I have more issues telling people now because of the reputation we have.
See, I feel it's the opposite way. I feel like people are more comfortable telling it now because of how popular it's become. They can usually find someone in their school who also shares it and displays it openly at this point.
That part, yeah, but my issue is there's a reputation that the fandom has.
Oh, the like whole...
I mean, there's some, but there's
grown
also...
men giggling over dirty pictures of ponies, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like, that's the whole thing. Like,
but I think people already had that thought even without knowing about that, though. Like, they think, why would adults be into a kid's cartoon show? Like, I think that already exists prior to the whole fucking clopper shit.
Well, even G1 fans had a subsect of people writing dirty shit about it. Like, it was on fucking Usenet because that's what they had back then, but it did exist.
Does Usenet even exist anymore?
I don't think so. Like, I think it's archived, but...
Yeah.
I mean, back when Usenet was around, like, one of the bigger Usenet things was Transformers erotica.
Still prolific today.
It is still extremely prolific today.
For reasons that continue to baffle me.
And I could tell you all about my childhood where I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh! And made really poor Google searches.
Yeah.
I still find it really funny that the person that got me into this whole thing was the captain of the football team for my high school.
Well, that's also the great thing. Like,
it's great, yeah.
It doesn't really... This fandom doesn't really care. Like, you could be... Jockey McJock, the biggest jock that ever jocked, but still like this show.
Liam!
Jockey McJock.
Jockey McJock.
That's fucking Liam.
Yeah, that's...
Oh yeah, Liam.
Which, if you've ever seen the best Iron Will cosplay ever, you probably have seen him.
But yeah, I feel like I'm kind of isolated from the rest of the group when it comes to like being afraid of telling people about that, because I played a World of Warcraft. In its height, at its prime, back when South Park was making an episode about it.
And everyone mocked the shit out of it.
I'm used to people assuming I'm a creep and thinking that and making fun of me for every little fucking thing. I just don't give a shit anymore.
No, yeah, see, I'm kind of in that boat, too, because I play MMOs, I play tabletop shit, I was in theater in high school, like... I'm in, like, every possible thing that could make people insult me, so... whatever.
Honestly, before this whole thing...
I didn't have to worry for obvious reasons.
That is true. But,
I actually grew up with it.
But for this whole thing, like, before it all started, I was a fucking codtard.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, you were?
I was.
This is the thing I'm going to get judgmental about.
No, I wasn't like the people who would like go into
Greg was
like,
a
oh, you're such a
codtard
faggot. You're such a faggot. Uninstall. Get off. You know, I wasn't like that, but I fucking holy shit. I don't know how many hours I sunk in the COD during like my freshman through junior high school
and Halo
years.
Tard.
Yeah, I think my time for Black Ops 2 was over. It was even at least over 2 full days of gameplay as far as matches. I think it was maybe a week? I don't know. It was huge. It was a big number. No, that was my friend who was over a week, I think. But I fucking played the shit out of that way too much.
I mean,
wait, are you saying that your playtime for a game was like 50, 60 hours, and you think that was a lot? That's not a lot. My Dark Souls playtime is like 350 hours.
Perhaps, but I remember like I think on Black Ops 2 I was 10th prestige.
Do not combine all my Pokemon games. Do not combine all my Pokemon games. I swear to fucking God.
But yeah, I remember being into COD, and it was just, looking back, it's really stupid. Also enjoyable. There were some good times as well, but it's kind of like, why the fuck did I play that game so much? It was fucking stupid. fucking lag and the hacking assholes and
Well,
360 no scopes.
Well, you kind of figured that out when you had us play COD with you recently on Steam.
Like, what do you mean?
No, I'm talking when we
Like-
had us play Call of Duty on Steam together.
Well, the Steam version's just broken, though. Like, that's completely dumb for different reasons. But anyways, this isn't the Call of Duty podcast.
I mean, come to think of it, if I never played WoW, I probably would have never gotten into My Little Pony because it was my WoW friends that introduced me to it. So
I just saw it all over the fucking internet and was just like, oh, I remember that from my childhood. And then like a week later, I'm like, no, seriously, I can't escape these goddamn horses.
I kind of do about it for a while too. I'm like, I'm like, I'll probably check it out eventually. Whatever. Then
I just
eventually
watched it back
changed
when,
into like 2 years, pretty much.
I saw it
2
back when
years.
SyncTube was a thing.
I remember, like, I think I joined, God, what was my junior year? 2012.
Today's episode, Brony Origin Stories.
But, yeah, exactly. I think that sums up today. But, like, it was 2012, and I think it was right after the Season 2 finale had happened, the Candlelight Wedding. And I think, like, Vista Aria was fucking everywhere. Like, it was always in the YouTube recommended for some reason for me, and I'm home.
They just hit like
that was
30
interesting.
million views or something.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous now, but it was fucking everywhere on YouTube. Even if you didn't watch ponies, like, on YouTube, you got it recommended, and it was like, what? Now, I remember the time I was curious. This was,
Because
like,
it's like
right
the best
before
song
I
in the
joined.
series. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty great. It's definitely up there.
And then I think, yeah, like, a month after that, my friend was like, yo, have you ever watched My Little Pony? I'm like, no. And then I'm like, we should watch it together and like just laugh at it. And he's like, okay, sure. And then
Oh yeah, see,
we watch it, and then we're all like, this is pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's what happened with me pretty much. I was listening to some podcast, and it was a D&D podcast, and they have like a pre-game part and a post-game part. And the post-game, they're just like, you guys want to watch ponies? And I was just like, why are they doing this? And they ripped an episode like in their post-game podcast, and I was just like, this seems so like such a dumb show. I need to watch this. So I watched it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of dumb. Let me watch some more of it. And like 3 episodes in,
It's
or 4
so
episodes
dumb.
in,
I love it so
I know,
much.
like 4 episodes in, I was just like, this is way too good. Why am I still watching this? And I was just hooked. It was ridiculous.
I think I have the saddest how I became a brony story. The saddest isn't the most pathetic.
Okay.
So I went to college out of state.
Indiana.
I'm originally from California. I went to college in Indiana. And I told my parents I wanted to come home for spring break. And apparently my mom forgot about this, and so I called and was like, hey, I want to come home for spring break. Oh, too bad, it's too late. You have to stay there. And everybody's fucking gone off campus for spring break. So I'm stuck in a basically empty dorm, like browsing around my favorite websites, and I see just pony everything everywhere. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna watch this goddamn cartoon. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna open up this bottled fuzzy navel, and I'm gonna watch My Little Pony by myself. So I'm sitting there drinking alone, watching My Little Pony.
That's the life, okay?
And I watched it because I went like, oh, like I grew up, when I was a kid, I had the Generation 1 toys. I actually still have a photo of like 4-year-old me carrying around a bunch of ponies. Like, I grew up with it, so I remember it, and like, you know what, journey into my childhood drinking alone. Why not? I finished the entirety of what was out of season 1 by the time I was, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I just marathoned the entire thing and finished half a case of Seagram's Fuzzy Navel. But yeah, so my origin story is that I sat in my empty dorm room drinking alone, watching My Little Pony, and that's how I became a brony.
You know
That's
what?
kind of my thing as well.
I remember staying up late as well.
No, I didn't drink alone. I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna
yeah,
finally watch this goddamn episode because I see this goddamn shit everywhere. So I just sat down and marathoned it in a weekend.
Thanks for shoving it
Yeah,
in our
no,
face, fuckers.
I also wasn't drinking when I did it, but I totally just ended up marathoning it. I think there were... Oh, God.
I remember fondly it was my my friend's 18th birthday who got me into it, and for his 18th birthday we made the oh-so-absurd decision to buy 2 things for his birthday. $20 lotto scratchers, and the entire box of blind bags at Toys R Us.
That's awesome.
All of them, like 50 of them. I think it ran like $80.
You guys are
42, actually. Don't ask me why I know that.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, that was ridiculous. And that was his 18th birthday, mind you. We went to Toys R Us as men and bought a box from the aisle, and we're just like, this is what we want for his 18th birthday. Don't question our choices, okay?
See, when I had to throw an 18th birthday party for my roommate in college, we went to Spencer's, got her dick-shaped pasta, Alfredo sauce.
Oh my god.
Alfredo
sauce.
Pasta. I know exactly what you're
Alfredo
talking about.
sauce, are you kidding me?
That was my call. I made
Good
that call.
choice.
And
Good choice.
we made it for her without telling her. And then we also, no, we didn't get her the anime blow-up doll. She was in the Japan Studies department like I was. I don't remember what else we got her. I think we got her, like, some other, like, random dick-shaped thing.
Was it the dick-shaped gummies?
Oh, dick-shaped rainbow lollipops. That was it. And I ended up, she didn't eat either of them, and I ended up, stealing one, and she walked in while I was on my computer, just, like, doing whatever with a dick-shaped lollipop hanging out of my mouth.
How was your day?
Yeah, she just walked in, she's like, what are you doing? Like, sucking her dick.
What do you think I'm doing?
What are we doing?
I'm on Neopets and I'm sucking a dick. What more do you want? Welcome to college.
I mean, I guess that's the best way your roommate could walk in on you and see you sucking a dick.
It's made of sugar and colored like rainbows.
It's all melting in my mouth.
So basically, I'm giving a unicorn a blowjob?
There's an image for you.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's a great image to end on. By the way, if you want to read more of bizarre things like giving a unicorn a blowjob, you should see my not safe for work reviews.
Goodness.
Anyway,
I'm not going to tell you where they are. You can find.
Well, I mean, do we have anything else?
Wait,
don't
I
have to
was
end
gonna add that similar to Greg's story of fucking going in to buy a whole box of blind bags for his friend's birthday. For my 21st birthday, I imagine that my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, they're not both in-laws. That would be weird. My brother and my sister-in-law had a similar experience when they bought a thing for my 21st. Because we went to Vegas, and...
this was this year.
Yeah, that was this year.
Well, the past year, but yes.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
Shush. But, we got there, and, they're like, okay, put this on, so that we have a way to identify you if you get super drunk and lost and we need to find you. And they pull out this lanyard and put it around my neck, and there's just like 8 blind bag ponies tied to it. And I just imagine that when like my brother went to Toys R Us and bought these blind bags, he explained to the cashier why he was doing it, and he had to be like, yeah, I'm going to Vegas with my brother, he's turning 21, we're gonna like make a necklace out of these so that if he gets lost, we can tell people what to look for.
Actually, another, like, relatives doing dumb shit because you're bronies thing. I used to work for my brother-in-law who owns an online toy business. And so we would get tons of, boxes from, like, Hasbro and shit. But the other thing that Hasbro makes other than My Little Pony, I know Hasbro makes things other than My Little Pony, it's a big shock, is a line called For Real Friends. They're like realistic animals that, like, if you pet them, they make noises and they, like, move and things like that.
I've heard about them, yeah.
Okay, so you probably seen them when you're out buying your pony merchandise, you bronies, you. And I get a text message from my brother-in-law one day, and I open up the message, and it's a picture of a, like, 3.5 foot long giant stuffed pony that moves its mouth to eat fake carrots. And the caption for it, and I quote, this is all it said, is that this picture and this caption, Brony Real Doll. And I sit there for a moment.
And you think about
And
it.
I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I sent him back something along the lines of, if you were a brony, would you really want your junk in a motorized mouth?
God.
And I think he just sent back, like, nay, motherfuckers. Because my family's, like, legitimately messed up.
Your family is insane.
You've got a great family.
Your family might be.
Actually, yeah, my mom's reaction to, like, oh, I'm going into, like, My Little Pony thing, she's like, my god, it took you, like, over 20 years to get into something girly? About fucking time.
So
You're finally
before
acting like your gender.
Oh my god!
I think my mom returned it, but I think it was I think it might have been for my birthday. She bought a Pinkie Pie pinata, but it was the wrong generation.
Oh my god!
Which I promptly pointed out to her, and she was like ashamed. And I think I told her not to return it, but I think she still ended up doing it.
Oh my god!
Like, no, we can have a party with this. Bronies would love to destroy something from G.
Oh my god!
Trust
Wait,
me.
no. So for Chinooka, I'm the token Jew. By the way, I don't know if this has been mentioned
Token
since we
Jew.
became Hoof Hearted. I think that was only mentioned beforehand, but yeah. For Chinooka, the first year that I was in the fandom, that same sister-in-law bought me like this huge fucking like a Twilight Sparkle thing that was like motorized and would like sing if you like pushed it on the cutie mark. And I was just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm sticking this above my bed.
And it's still there.
You guys remember the creepy Twilight pillow from Target that had like the eyes that didn't quite stare at you?
Yes.
Okay, so I got one of those in the mail as a care package from my mom. What I ended up doing was taping the Lesson Zero eyes over its normal eyes, and then positioning it so when you open my dorm room door, that is the first fucking thing that stares at you.
Nice.
Sitting on top of my giant prop snakehead. Hi, Bark Spawn. And also,
Hello,
here's my Bark Spawn.
Treebeard, do you have anything to add?
I don't
He
know. I
died.
kind of got trampled all over this discussion.
Well, I mean, if you have anything to add, I mean, just, you know, step in. You ain't trampling.
I mean, I was going to talk about like a little bit about me and my WoW buddies, and when we watched the episode for the first time, but I think it might drag on a little too long. Instead, I'm going to play a soundbite, which I will believe is the inevitable reaction to episode 100. In a second.
In a second.
Bam.
Lovely.
What? Translate, please?
That was Spoonie yelling betrayal.
Betrayal.
That is a thing he did at one point. You know, he actually hates that sound clip now, by the way.
Yeah, I bet he does.
It's kind of like the whole M.A. Larson Alicorn thing. Kind of has come back to haunt him at this point.
Yeah.
The Roy looks sexy in a miniskirt.
What?
Someone at a convention asked the voice actor for Edward Elric to say Roy looks sexy in a miniskirt in his Ed voice, and instead he said Roy looks damn sexy in a miniskirt, and now every single fucking convention that guy goes to, he has to say that line, and he hates it.
It's like the over 9,000.
Yeah, it's his over
Except-
9,000.
Well, he doesn't
No,
hate
Brian
it, though.
Drummond is pretty
Brian
okay
Drummond
with it. He
likes
did
it.
it unprompted for us.
Because Brian Drummond
We
is...
didn't even ask him to.
Did he do the Poofles voice?
I still have no idea what that sounds like, so no.
No, he said it. He did. He was like, yeah.
But he did describe it a bit,
Describe
but
it.
he
He was
didn't
like,
actually
it's
do
not
it, right?
like you do a little bit of Vegeta and then what? He like described it.
We need to watch this. We need to watch our own interview.
Fun. No,
Yeah, we need to remind
Don't take out
ourselves
the
we've
earbuds.
done.
So, yeah, my full Brony origin story will be for another time. For now, plugs and pimps.
Right. Yeah,
Well, I
'cause
just
we
had
have
my dog lick the microphone.
yeah, we have a podcast.
I'm gonna pimp the High School Musical mic.
Yeah, the high school. By the way, if
Yeah.
I don't sound like shit anymore, that's because I got the High School Musical mic.
Yes. To explain, essentially, back in what? Like, whenever
This was
High School
like-
Musical was fucking popular,
Oh yeah, you had like the
my-
Guitar
my-
Hero mic.
yeah, my sister bought a karaoke game for High School Musical, and I sadly don't have it anymore because I'd love to record some footage of it and put it up on this channel as a joke.
We would get copyright strikes so
By
fast.
Disney.
Like, immediately.
This is
Anyways,
Disney
but
now.
so yeah, I bought that I bought USB mics for it, or well, my mom did at the time, but I still held on to them just in case. And surprisingly, at one point I decided to hook them up to my PC because I'm like, oh god, I bet these sound like fucking shit, but let's give it a try anyways. And lo and behold, it actually produces a high quality audio, at least for the price being like $10 for these things. It does. And that's what Duster is using right now, and what I used before like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, you can buy one of these things on like Amazon for like $10. It's just like a Logitech karaoke mic. If don't look up High School Musical mic. You could, maybe it's there, but you can actually buy the game, I believe, too, for like $20. But
Didn't you also lend one
Yeah.
to Treebeard?
Oh, Bark
I did,
Spawn,
and he
don't
broke
do that
it.
on my
I
lap.
did.
but
replaced
unintentionally.
I did
Go
replace
lick
it,
your
though.
junk somewhere
I'm
else.
trying to remember what. Oh, that's right. We were in Smite.
Yeah, he broke it while we were playing
Nice.
Smite because that game's fucking garbage.
But he got another one. It was $10. I don't care.
Yeah,
but,
it was $10.
If you really want like decent audio and you only have like $10 to spend on a mic, yeah, there you go. Go on Amazon, buy a karaoke mic by Logitech, and you'll be set. Yay.
Alrighty. Other little announcement. I'm not sure. I think Greg might edit it out, but I just got a letter from the Library of Congress cementing my very first copyright.
Ooh, cool.
Congrats!
What did you
Yay, you're a
copyright?
professional.
Golf clap. That's really light because I don't want to pop
Treebeard,
the mic.
what exactly did you copyright?
I copyrighted a series that I'm working on called Jangles and Sonnet.
You can now no longer steal it.
Yeah, I can safely talk about it now.
Original characters do not steal.
Well, if
Don't
you do,
steal.
sue your ass off. No, but yeah, it's a story about two friends who were starting up a band, then died in a car crash and go to the underworld.
These two friends happen to be based off of
People we know in real life.
yeah.
Like all great writers, I based my characters on people I actually know.
Yeah, in the
But yeah, I have a project Tumblr for it, and you can have a look at it and see all the different stuff that I have developed for it. I
Will
just
be linked below.
link in the description at janglesonnet.tumblr.com. My God, I have a Tumblr again. Ugh, I feel a little dirty.
But you're using it for the right purposes.
Yeah, I guess so. Other news.
Yeah.
It was my birthday last week, so my family got me a fuck ton of Amazon cards, and I had no idea what I was going to use it for, but I ended up buying 4 things. The first 2 were a mic stand and a pop filter, so I won't sound like shit anymore.
I actually have a pop filter right here, and I have not used it on my new mic.
Oh, alright. But yeah, I got a mic stand and a
I'm
pop
lazy.
filter, and because I feel like torturing myself and I feel like watching us like suffer through this game will be amusing to you, I got Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls.
Yeah, so me and Treebeard, and maybe other people in the group, who knows?
Yeah, maybe like drag
like-
Calvin into it.
Yeah, Calvin has it. So does Bobby. We might drag him in. Scott does too, I think, right?
No, I don't have Diablo.
You don't? Okay. Then yeah, it'll be like us and Calvin, maybe Bobby. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah,
Oh,
we're
and
gonna,
another little aside. When I was recording footage for the Mass Effect Backseat Gaming, there's a little bit of a problem where the system audio didn't record properly.
For the game, or just everything?
For the game and the call. It recorded me, but not the game and the call sound.
Oh.
So, I'm actually thinking, like, I could...
Start.
No, actually, I think we could just use the footage and have you guys, like, riff on it or something.
I guess.
Just so we
We'll
don't have
find
to...
a way.
Because I can't get a save file for a point where we can just start over.
Yeah.
So, we'll just make fun of
not
what
much
we've got.
happened. We just bitched about the council for like 20 minutes.
I don't even remember that.
But yeah, I will be getting back to Mass Effect VSG eventually.
Yay.
More stuff to come.
Yes.
I'm still working on the Sword Art Online thing. I'm working on episode 2. I haven't released episode 1 yet because I want to make a graphic for this sort of thing, and I'm calling.
Is it still blocked by Europe?
No, it
United
said the
Kingdom?
third-party content was acknowledged, so it should be okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to make a graphic for it because I actually have a name for like my solo reviews now. I'm calling it Treebeard Uproots blank.
It's a tree joke.
It's funny
Also-
because they call me Treebeard.
Other things, guys, Heyday. We've been pimping this out for like a year now.
It's not even worth pimping at this point because I have nothing to display, though.
That's like
When Calvin's finally ready, the time will come. We also need Duster to be our reporter.
Oh yeah, I agreed to do. When the fuck did I agree to do? Whatever.
forever ago.
I'm gonna be
It'll-
in this thing. Apparently.
It'll take you like 2 minutes, if that.
Yeah, I agreed to be in this thing. Also, I guess I can pimp out one more thing. Backseat Gaming Dating Sim Edition.
Yay!
Oh yeah, that's
This'll be good.
I'm
it's even
currently
GG, right,
choosing
James?
between titles. One of them that's very promising, but it's on pre-order is, Bukkake Ranch. I did not make that name up, I swear to God. Monster
Doesn't it have a subtitle?
Oh, there was a subtitle. I don't remember what it is. I can't
was
check
very
right now
funny.
because it's blocked. Our other options are Monster Girl Quest, which I'm not sure if we'll do that one because it's just grindy and gross and not really redeeming. And there's also, not Game Miserable, fucking what is it? Absolute Obedience, which I need to reorder because
I like how you couldn't remember the actual name. You could only remember your dumb fake name for it.
that's not even the right dumb fake name. That Game
Oh,
Miserable
different
is
game.
Enzai Falsely Accused. This is a
okay.
different yaoi rape game. There's a different one.
Wait, there's more than one.
There's
Why would
two.
there not be
Really
more than one?
surprised.
And,
Particularly.
And then also on the table, so just to recap, your options are Monster Girl Quest, which is just gross and grindy, Bukkake Ranch, which is on pre-order, fucking Absolute Obedience. Your fourth option, which I know everybody's gonna choose automatically, is Hotful Boyfriend. So-
I already heard everything I needed to know from my sister's playthrough of it.
So yeah, if you have a preference, leave a comment in the comment section below and let us know which one you want. It can either be funny or you can put us through a lot of pain and vote Monster Girl Quest.
All right.
I'm secretly voting for us to go through a ton of pain just because I hate everyone else here.
Oh my god,
we
you
didn't have to
fuck
announce
a
that.
girl made of lava.
That sounds amazing!
You
Why is
fucking
that not the first
fucking
one?
Iron Maiden, and the inside is made of tentacles and a sphincter.
Dude, why is this not our number one choice?
I mean, Monster Girl Quest actually sounds like something I could riff on.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it does sound something of Treebeard's.
Oh, and it's $22. All right, Monster Girl Quest it is.
Goodness. But, anyways, I think, Scott, you were telling me Steven Universe comes back
No, that was
July-
me.
June?
That's-
Or it was- okay,
yeah.
TG. Yeah.
June 15th?
And it's a whole week.
Yeah, it's 5 days of new episodes. They did that for
Yeah.
the last group of episodes. Or not
So,
quite the last group, but...
Yeah, so I mentioned in a previous podcast that we'll be doing mini podcasts for every new episode, which means mini podcasts for an entire week. Except TG's not going to be here, but
I
oh
might
well.
be able to join in via phone Skype.
That would be nice.
We'll see how it goes. I'm going to be at a wedding that week, so...
Also,
yeah,
Gravity Falls this July.
Yeah.
Yay, that was my next thing I was going to bring up. But yeah, there you go on
Beat
that too.
to it.
So
So
expect
we're-
expect some other shows to be covered here soon. We've kind of been waiting for hiatuses to end because for some reason they've all occurred at the same time and it's kind of shit. So, yay.
Isn't
Also,
there a pony
bring back-
hiatus?
also
Yeah,
bring
it's
back Pony
not
Comic
until two more weeks after this too. to
Just
go.
with these
So,
things.
Yeah, it's really odd. And of
I
course,
actually
it's great
remember
when I have a
reading-
work hiatus too. So
I actually remember reading on Horse News that they were talking about the fact that that Discovery Family has been really shitty about advertising ponies.
Yeah, it's not the same as the Hub.
Yeah,
It's
because
kind of causes a
apparently
slight
for like
dip in
several weeks
ratings.
after the premiere came out, they kept advertising it as new,
Good work there.
and these hiatuses keep happening even though they're supposed to be.
Well, this is our second episode, but the last one was only a week.
Yeah,
Which is fine.
but they keep popping up, and it's a little odd.
I could be wrong, but I believe there's a heartwarming Eve episode at the end of a season. So,
According to the leaked list, which is now pretty much confirmed, yes.
so is that going to be a Christmas in July kind of thing, or is it going to be actually in December?
It's Christmas.
Oh, God.
Hell.
Because if it's actually in December, holy shit, we've got like a fucking 3 to 4 month
It's a
hiatus
year-long
going on or something.
season.
Yeah, it's it'll end up being like a year long. It'll end in like January probably. But yeah. Let's hope that's not the case. Hopefully it's just something they'll air in like, I don't know, fucking August or some shit, but guess we'll find out. Things could get very boring very fast.
So,
thankfully we
what do you
cover
want
other
to talk
stuff.
about?
Let's make our own pony drama. There's not enough.
Alrighty, so I guess that about
everything
covers
is
it.
garbage. Everything sucks. Drama.
Everything is garbage when you're a part of a podcast team.
What drama? There's been no drama according to Horse News.
There's been so little drama that even fucking Horse News can't figure it out.
I don't know. There are people that keep saying that the Fury Bell thing has been taken down and that somebody needs to report on it.
But
I don't
that's
know.
like
I
the
don't
third
even know what
time
that
Fury
is.
Bell has gone
Yeah,
down.
it happens a lot.
And
It's
I don't
just
know what
someone
that
fucking.
is. Like,
Neither
It's
do
an
I.
anti-SJW pony
Fury Bell
Tumblr.
is a parody of social justice warriors.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
Greg.
funny at times.
Greg, you said you're going to bring back PCP.
Oh, yeah. You know what I actually found, by the way?
What's
What?
You
that?
know how we were talking about doing one on fan animation criticism?
Right?
We already typed one up. It's just
Oh,
sitting
we
in there.
did?
Yeah, back in the old group.
Holy shit.
I would
That's
slow clap
amazing.
if my hands weren't occupied.
So, we don't really have to do much work here. We could just do it whenever we want, actually.
Ah.
So, it's already done.
So
It's like I'm precognizant or something.
I think, you know what prompted it before?
I think it was Project Thundercloud.
Project Thundercock, right? Yeah.
It was the original
Yeah.
Project Thundercloud that
Or-
prompted it.
Or it was Crystal Empire. One of those two. But
and also,
Yeah.
you're not leaving me out because I demand to be in this one.
you may gladly be in it.
Yay!
Yeah. You probably
Now
can
I'm
talk a
looking-
lot more
Also,
than I can,
I would like to
actually,
pimp
so-
out myself. You know why I'd like to pimp out myself? Because we have new OC images.
Oh right, yes. Oh yeah, special
yeah,
thanks
those
to
will be
Duster for
used in
giving
this
us.
podcast, right?
Mhm.
Because they'll be
Oh
done.
yeah. You
Oh, yeah.
view them at this point, actually.
Oh yes, so
huzzah.
thank you, Duster, from all of us for doing this for
Thank
us.
you.
Magic.
I mean,
happens
we
when you
paid
make
for
money.
them.
Yes.
Thanks for taking all my blind bags off my hand.
Well, she
I
gave
will
us a
take all your
discount
blind
actually.
bags.
And I will provide more down the road.
Duster gave
Oh,
us
hey,
a
I
discount
found the fan animations
or
one.
something, right?
Yeah, it's great there, right? It's finished practically. We could update it a lot.
Oh,
but-
let me look at it real quick.
Anyways, should we wrap the podcast
Yeah,
up?
yeah, we've been in the plug-in.
So let's keep going for another hour of plugging and pimps.
Okay, yeah, because I think, believe it or not, we are currently at 1 hour 20 minutes in this podcast. Unbelievably, it seems like we haven't
It's
talked
like-
about a
we
lot.
had like
But
40 minutes of plugging, let's be real.
we had a lot of talking about just like random life
We
stories.
just
and
went onto a
we
tangent.
rambled a lot about how this episode has nothing to talk about, and yet we talked about it a lot.
No,
Hey, we
well,
talked about stuff that wasn't episode related more than episode related.
No, well, no, this is what
Yeah.
happens when there's nothing to talk about during
Oh
the
wait, Greg, I
one
figured it
awful-
out. I figured out what prompted the fan animation criticism thing.
Okay.
Double Rain Boom
Oh, good. Oh, Digibutt.
and Zachary Rich.
Yeah.
It was
How
when he- it was when he took it
ancient is
down.
this?
No, but we brought it up like out of the blue. It wasn't that ancient.
No, it was when
Like,
he took
it's-
it down, when he removed it
Yes.
from the internet. That's what
Yes.
happened.
And I think we had a podcast about that, actually.
Anyway, so look
We need
forward
to
to
start
that.
like linking to the old podcast so people know what we're talking.
Yeah, it's not like why not?
Are they
As
even
much as
still
there's
up?
warning, cringe factor.
Well, I think, actually, the water coolers is just this group.
Yeah, the word, more or less, yeah.
Anyways, thanks for joining us. This has been Hoof Hearted. Yeah, hopefully next time we have more to talk about. We don't even have an episode to talk about next week, so some shit better go
I'll try
down,
and come up
or
with
else.
something.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyways.
SJWs, do something stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.